Welcome to Renewable Energy Investments. So amidst this pretty serious correction, my second largest position behind Tesla stock has actually held up pretty dang well. We're talking about good old money printer MP Materials stock. In this video, I'm going to double back and look to see what all the optimism behind MP Materials stock is all about, and then I'll discuss my super bold thesis. As opposed to most videos I make, where I try to be even-handed, this is more of a hype video, showcasing the upside potential for MP Materials stock. It is not investment advice, as I am not an investment advisor, and it is not necessarily even my prediction of what will happen. But let's have some fun and take a look. Okay, so we all know MP Materials mines rare earth minerals used in electric vehicles, wind turbines, and many other electronic devices. For a deep dive into MP Materials business, check out my previous video called Buy MP Materials Stock? Chamath's Big Bet on Climate Change. I was buying in pretty heavy when this SPAC was announced, between the $10 and $14 per share range, and I built out my position to approximately 1,000 shares. But for now, let's talk about this stock's rise from about $10 per share to around $40 to $50 per share. When this SPAC was announced, Tesla and NIO were both doing pretty well. But the electric vehicle bonanza had not yet revealed itself. People did not fully appreciate the amount of capital which would soon flood into the electrification of society. XPeng and BYD were largely afterthoughts. Most established OEMs had not announced definitive plans to invest heavily in electric vehicles. There was not a plethora of new electric vehicle companies going public through SPACs, such as Lucid Motors. The Democrats had not yet taken control of the US government and vowed to pursue renewable energy, introduced electric vehicle incentives, or even committed to turning the entire US government's fleet to electric vehicles. Now, about a half a year later, the picture is much clearer. The electric vehicle revolution is happening, and it is happening faster than anticipated. Let's just say, I think the market had to recalibrate its expectations regarding electric vehicles to be more in line with my bullish predictions. And this faster than expected adoption of electric vehicles translates into faster and more demand for rare earth elements, driving up prices. And we are only just barely getting started in the electrification of society, a long-term theme that in my opinion will grow exponentially this decade. But it doesn't end there. We have also seen enormous amounts of money printing from almost every government worldwide. With more and more money circulating, commodity prices in general are rising very quickly. More fiat currency is chasing the same amount of commodities. This causes prices to go up. Some are speculating we may be entering a commodity supercycle. Check out the prices of copper, aluminum, and nickel, for instance. If you think we are likely to see elevated levels of inflation in the future, it may be fair to assume rare earth prices will continue to rise along with inflation. So as you see, even if the market had not underestimated the demand for rare earths, prices may have risen sharply. And when factoring in both forces combined, things start to get very interesting. Because of all this, rare earth element prices have exceeded expectations. Let's compare today's prices to that from MP Materials' investor presentation deck when they were going public. What do you know? Prices are already exceeding management's conservative expectations. And with the exponentially increasing amount of electric vehicles coming online in the next few years, I'm betting prices will continue to rise. Just wait until 2025 to 2030, when the electric vehicle revolution is in full swing. Now, there are always two sides to commodity pricing equations: supply and demand. Won't new supply coming online cause prices of rare earths to retreat? Well, that is certainly possible. I would not be so certain. Opening rare earth element mines costs billions and billions of dollars and can take many years to obtain the proper regulatory approval and to build out the infrastructure required for operations. Plus, After such a huge investment, there is no guarantee these mines will even be profitable. And even if it does turn out to be profitable, the time it takes for an investor to see a return on their investment can be so long that it deters investors from making such an investment in the first place. As you can see, the sheer cost to open a new mine, plus the amount of time it takes for a mine to clear all regulatory requirements and get up and running, are gigantic barriers of entry. Finally, when a new mine does come online, it's probably just going to be inferior to MP's mine. MP has just about the best ore body in the world. Because of this, MP may be able to function essentially as the Saudi Arabia of rare earths. They can always undercut the competition and remain profitable because they can mine the best products at the cheapest cost. MP should remain quite profitable regardless of the competition. Ultimately, it will take years for new supply of rare earths to catch up with demand, and prices should stay very high in the meantime. But the best part of all may be MP's first mover advantage. While other mines come online and struggle to generate a positive return on investment, MP, in the meantime, will be generating a boatload of cash, which means MP can reinvest into Phase 2 and Phase 3 of its operations. And because of this, I'm speculating that it's very possible that new mines coming online may actually be a good thing for MP Materials. You see, in Phase 2, MP Materials will establish processes for processing rare earth elements into a form usable for producing magnets. Guess what? Nobody else does this in North America. Almost all of this processing is currently done in China. So MP could get rare earth processing business from other North American mines. In Phase 3, MP will move all the way downstream to manufacture magnets. Guess what? Nobody else does this in North America. Almost all of this magnet manufacturing is currently done in China. So MP could get additional rare earths to use to manufacture additional magnets from other North American mines. Of course, other mines and companies could also get into this business, but MP will have the first mover advantage here, and it would likely take many more years after these competing mines come online before they can get their own processing and manufacturing lines running. That is, if they even want to try. Ultimately, MP, being the low-cost producer and the first mover in rare earth mining and magnet production, means it will be an excellent leader in the North American magnet production industry, and because of this, MP Money Printer Materials could be set up to dominate the next decade. Oh, and as a cherry on top, in November 2020, the US Department of Defense said it is contributing $9.6 million towards MP Materials' Phase 2 project. Yeah, that's fantastic news. Free money, plus confirmation that the US government knows your business has essential national security implications. It's always a good thing when the US government has your back. We will no longer be dependent on China to electrify America. Will I be buying more MP Material stock? Well, I'm up almost 5x in 6 months on my initial investment. Personally, I'm good with my 1,000 shares of MP stock as is, since it is already the second largest position in my portfolio right behind Tesla. But if Money Printer drops big, it may certainly be worth a second look. Let me know what you think in that comment section below. Do you like MP Materials stock as a picks and shovel play on electric vehicles? Did I miss anything in my MP Materials Super Bull thesis? Oh, and what did you think about the nickname Money Printer Stock? Thanks for watching and have a fantastic day.